A beautiful day to our elders out there. Welcome to this week's edition of Senior Citizens Forum. As you know, Senior Citizens Forum is a program for the elderly to highlight their plight, their joy, and their general welfare. This week, we shall talk on the health challenges of the elderly, focusing on the importance of walking. Two major ailments of the elderly are hypertension and diabetes. What are the causes and how can they be tackled and managed? Dr. Joseph Akinde of the Living Spring Hospital explains.
Hypertension is elevated blood pressure. Now, what happens in the average human being is that as you get older, usually from the age of about 35, 40 and above, there are your blood pressure rises with age.
With age, okay.
And it is called essential hypertension.
That's essential now.
Now, more often than not, you may not have any complaints. You may not have any symptoms. And that is why hypertension is often referred to as the silent killer.
Silent killer.
But the truth of the matter is that hypertension affects virtually all the organs of the body. It affects the heart, it affects the eyes, it affects the kidneys, it affects the brain, every organ. Now, so the thing is that more often than not, people don't know they have hypertension. The only way you can know whether you have hypertension or not is to measure your blood pressure. So if you are 40 years and above, you should make it a regular habit to check your blood pressure on a regular basis. You don't just look at somebody's eyes or face and say, look, you are hypertensive. No, there's a scientific method. There's an instrument with which blood pressure is measured. So you must use that instrument to measure your blood pressure. Most of the time, a lot of people have hypertension. In fact, in Nigeria, it is estimated that 3 to 4 out of 10 have hypertension. If you go to Ikeja bus stop now and select 10 people just walking across and ask them to come for their blood, and they are above the age of 40, I can assure you 4 of them will have elevated blood pressure. And these people will be going about their normal business without knowing.
Normal business.
So the only way you can know whether you have hypertension or not is to measure your blood pressure. And having discovered you have blood pressure, you should make it a habit to monitor it, to follow it up, to go for regular checkup. Now, the truth of the matter is it. As of today, modern science or modern medicine has no cure for hypertension.
In his own comments, Dr. Abia Okon said it is dangerous for patients who has diabetes to also have hypertension.
I hear people say, doctor, don't worry, I know when I have blood pressure. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Some people may be lucky that they have signs, like headache, like funny sensations upstairs in the brain. They are very lucky. But 80 to 90% of people who have hypertension don't even know they have hypertension.
So that's why we call it silent killer.
Exactly. They don't know. So you don't need to wait to guess. Get a blood pressure monitor. That is for the elderly.
For the elderly.
When you are still young, make sure that you do all those things that give strength. Let me use that raw word, that colloquial word. That gives strength to your heart.
Strength.
Do some exercise. Energize your heart. You see, there are no medicine. I hear people say, take this medicine, it will make your heart stronger. Okay, but strengthen your heart the natural way. Simple way to do that is to do simple exercise.
Nice.
Trek to many places. I know some people, they want to show off with their brand new cars. They want to park right at the front of the function going on. You don't need to do that.
It's not
Park
necessary.
your car about a few 100 kilometers away.
Walk down.
Walk down.
Other serious ailments of the elderly are dementia, eyesight challenges, prostate cancer, and deafness. The doctors advised the senior citizens to do medical checkup regularly.
We have all these electronic BP monitors. You don't need to pump or anything. Just fix it to your wrist, to your arm. Even there are some now for the big executives who don't want people to know, on your thumb.
Really?
It's like a big ring. And of course, you will see on the internet now, they're advertising this rich watch type of blood pressure monitor. Buy the one, now I'm talking about the wrist watches.
Yeah, I get it.
Buy the one that you can measure, strap it over your wrist, of your wrist, press the button, it
gives you the
pumps,
accurate.
it's more accurate. Or the one in the arm.
Okay.
Go to the toilet if you don't want people to know what you are doing. You know, because people don't like, you know, there's a stigma that if you have blood pressure, your life is coming to the end. So monitor your blood pressure. It's as simple as that.
It's as simple as that.
Inability to walk properly among the elderly is as a result of prolonged arthritis challenges. What can the elderly do to tackle arthritis? Experts say exercise with emphasis on walking is the solution. In most cases, it is better to develop the habit of standing to reduce the pain associated with arthritis. Going up and down the staircases are great exercises as it increases muscle mass.
Juggling may be difficult for the elderly, but if you are still young, when you exercise, the blood flow is more. And like I said, a fast-flowing river remains clean. A fast-flowing blood vessel is clean.
It's clean.
It clears all the debris that would have stopped there.
That would have stopped.
It pushes forward the cholesterol that have gotten stuck. So many things. So do exercise. Trek more. Climb the staircase once in a while. Even once a week is enough.
Elders must try as much as possible to keep their legs active and strong. Walking is perhaps the major solution to the health challenges of the elderly. Both the legs together are 50% of the nerves of human body, 50 of the blood vessels, and 50 of the blood is flowing through them. Therefore, it is important for elderly to walk few distances every day because it is the largest circulatory network that connects the body.
I'm from Canada, and one of the things I've experienced over there about what keeps the elderly continuously healthy is not about drugs. The doctors will hardly recommend drugs to you in Canada. They have not even seen anything like injection. It's not common. But one of those things that they always recommend is being active. One of the best ways to be active is walking. And you give yourself some kind of target every day. I have my watch. The moment I put it on every day, I already set my target for 10,000 steps per day. And if I'm able to make it, not all days that I'm able to make it, but I strive to ensure I get through each day to show how important it is. So many sicknesses that we have, like even the issue of arthritis, diabetes, can be controlled perfectly by walking. When you walk, you exercise. And while you are exercising, you are burning calories. You are shedding off some excess fat in the body. You are reducing your sugar content in the body. All this helps your healthy nature. And most of the time when we thought, oh, people are living healthier or living older in most of the Western countries, it is not about what they eat. It is mostly about being able to exercise.
Generally, we all know that walking is a part of exercise. But you see, as you age, it is natural. Your functionality reduces. It continues to decline. How you function, your level of functionality as you age, is in the area of exercise that you take. You find some people, they will sit down at a place, suffering from one ailment to another. But you see others of the same age or the same age category, you will see them functioning, attending parties, still going to work, visiting friends and relations. It is because of the exercise they take.
We should be able to let our people know, either young or old, that walking is good. And it's not everything that you take car. It's not everything that you walk on Okada and begin to go to where you want to play. If it's not up to 2 kilometers, my friend is there. I can remember when I was in secondary school. Each day we walk like 3 or 4 kilometers in school, 4 kilometers in school, 4 kilometers back. Each day. When you walk, I think it regulates the heart. When you walk a lot, your heart is being regulated, and by the time you walk, it's one of the form of exercises where after walking for a while, you check your BP. So that even though you have high BP, walking can reduce blood pressure. Walking is one of the best form of reducing high BP. So we should encourage people to walk a lot.
When the feet are healthy, then the convention currents of blood flows smoothly. Elderly people who have strong leg muscles would definitely have a strong heart. Since aging starts from the feet upwards, it is necessary for the elderly to walk some meters on a daily basis. As the person gets older, the accuracy and the speed of transmission of instruction between the brain and the leg decreases. Unlike when a person is young, therefore, elders must walk.
Walking is medicinal. You tone down on the level of drugs you take as long as you are doing this exercise. And let me emphasize, this walking we are talking about may not be moving from Ejibo to Isolo or moving from Ejibo to Okota. No. Depending on your age, you can walk around in your compound. You take it 10, 15, 20 minutes. But you do it consistently. That is what matters. As you do it, it reinvigorates your life. Every system from the head to the toe. You see your blood pumping well, functioning well. Arthritis will become a thing of the past. They will reduce to a finishing point because of walking. So it's a very good exercise. Apart from that, the joy you derive from it is immeasurable. If you take a look at the developmental stages of a child, a newborn baby, from sitting down, standing up, crawling, and walking, anytime a child begins to walk, you see the comfort in that child. Always happy. You come back, will come around and hold you. So it's a thing of joy. It also happens to adults. Anytime you see an aged person sitting at a place, there is no joy. No joy at all. So if you start it early, particularly from 60, 65, 70, you find out that if you get to 100, you will still be walking. Those ailments that are generally associated with old age, you will reduce them to a minimum.
For those that are in the farm, most of our elderly people in the farm, they walk, they do a lot of exercises while they do some small works in the farm. You see them living very long. My dad died at the age of 89. The day my dad died, my dad still walked around before he came back, and he already knew that, oh, it's like I'm getting old, I'm expecting it anytime. My grandmom was 110 before she died, because they go to farm, they do a lot of exercises. Most of us live in the cities. We are constrained mostly to our houses and we don't exercise. I want to encourage us to see how much we can do every day. Minimum. Give yourself a target. Even if it is walking around within your room, if it is walking around within your compound, if it is walking around your street, even if it is 30 minutes an average day, as you do it, you continue to extend your life. You extend your health. You extend your vitality. And it helps to grow a community, because when the friends see you doing it, they want to join you. And then you expand that even to the community. And playfully, maybe at times, if you have the time, go around. If you have football field or any free area around your environment, you go around to those places, walk around the football field maybe one or twice. You don't need to get to 30 minutes overnight. You can start with 10 minutes first. You get used to that, you increase it. After some time, you increase again. And you'll be doing 1 hour, you will not even know that you are doing anything so extraordinary. And you continue to keep yourself younger and younger as you do these exercises. I encourage us to take walking as part of our lives, because it has a lot of benefits. Keeps sicknesses away, it keeps us younger, it keeps us healthier, and it makes us very active, and it enlightens us. It even develops the brain. The brain becomes well developed, and it also helps our ability to do what we've not been able to do before, and elongate our days. The heart is in a very, it becomes healthier because you exercise it. Issue of cholesterol, issue of diabetes and co, they become things of the past because we walk around.
The so-called bone fertilizer calcium will sooner or later be lost with the passage of time, making the elderly more prone to bone fractures. Bone fractures in the elderly can easily trigger a series of complications, especially fatal diseases such as brain thrombosis. Therefore, elders, please walk some distances on a daily basis. 10,000 steps are needed to maintain the nerves in the leg.
You hardly see Oyinbo would do that is overtime because of money. No, that their exercise is more important to them than the money you want them to come and make. They always ensure that summertime is the time to rejig. Everybody improve their health, and then we get better. It helps you to shed off weight. It helps you to do a lot of cardiovascular activities. The heart pumps the blood better, and that helps to keep you healthy and younger. Age is a thing of the mind. To Oyinbo, you see many of them at the age of 100, they can never do without exercising. They do it every day. They create some time for it. But here we are too busy with so many things. But if we can start, there's no time that is too late to start it.
You move around and see friends. It makes you to live longer. Because when you retire from work, you are no longer working. Definitely, there are certain things that happen to you. You go out in the morning, you meet people, you meet friends, you meet colleagues, but you are no longer doing those things. But as long as you are working, you will be able to attend some other functions socially, and you keep life moving. So the joy is immeasurable.
Practicing this walking when I was 60 till I got to 70. I was feeling fine, no problem, nothing. But by the time I was coming to 73, 74, I started having some feelings. It's my left leg. I said, what? What is all this? So I decided never to keep it within myself. I moved to the hospital. I met a doctor there. They thought refer me to orthopedic department. I got to the orthopedic department, they refer me to a consultant. Consultant said I should go for X-ray. I went for X-ray. I brought this. The man said this, that can I give a little history of how did it start? I said, well, I just found that it started a lot of his body. Went back for the result and then went back to the consultant. On getting there now, we did some research and said, look, Papa, you have to look for a way of living by this because that drug will do very little. But you have to exercise. Exactly. I started it again. Now I'm feeling fine.
Exercising the legs regularly provokes agility, thereby promoting longevity amongst the elderly people. Exercising the leg regularly can equally reduce aging. The senior citizens should endeavor to walk at least 30 to 40 minutes daily to ensure that their legs receive sufficient exercise and to ensure that their leg muscles remain healthy.
The age factor, it is not necessarily you begin to walk from 40, 50 or the rest of them. The nature of your walk, alone is able to tone up your walk requirements. Running around to chase your containers alone in the port is something you cannot. So I think because of the work I do, I think it is imbibed in the whole thing. Walking and walking also is a great advantage to mankind.
And I discovered that the outcome of the test was not actually pleasant. They discovered that I don't walk. And I'm still battling with it till tomorrow. But the kind of work that I do requires me to walk. At times I do that in the morning, but after a while I will just relax. But it's very, very good because it will burn the fats in the body. If I never knew walking was good until when I ran that test. So he said I should be walking every morning. So early hours in the morning after I get to my place of work, I will just take a stroll round some streets, then come back. And by the time I return back to my place of work, I feel very, very light. And in fact, the sun also, the vitamin A, I learned is very, very good for the body.
You work for life. Working is life. Just like water is life. And working is very good for the health benefit. Because when you work, you burn fat. But in Lagos especially, we are very lazy of walking because everybody want to ride on Okada. Even a short distance of about 3 minutes or 5 minutes walk, because Okada is cheap. You just up on Okada and you move. But by the nature of my work, you know, the last pastor that I came, he told you, as a pastor, I'm the only pastor in the world that doesn't sit on the altar.
I see that, sir.
Yeah. I don't see that. I know everybody in the church. I know everybody. I may not know you by name, but by facially, I know where everybody sits. I know everybody. And each morning, I make sure I go around the whole church and greet everybody. So, by the nature of my work, I walk a lot. I think in a day, if I'm not overemphasizing, I should be walking maybe like 15 kilometers every day. Yes. Most times, I just dump the car.
It is necessary to state that as everyone is aging on a daily basis, they should exercise well, eat well, and make themselves happy at all times.
It's just been discovered that it is not all what I've been talking about that matters in life.
What? So what matters?
You got to be very lucky. 2, your social inclination.
Okay.
How you socialize with your environment. The number of times you smile, you laugh. The fewer the times you get annoyed and go, you know. So you must live a very good, peaceful social life.
Peaceful, social, simple life.
Make friends, and there's a research going on now which says the people in the Southwest tend to have a slight edge over the rest of Nigeria in longevity.
Why?
Well, the definition in this Britannica, the Dictionary of the British, define the Yorubas as that little tribe who like socializing.
Wow, we like socializing.
Yes, and who knows? Maybe it's because of this that they have a slight edge over the rest of Nigeria.
That's about all for today. Please join us next week for another interesting edition.
It's Senior Citizens Forum.
Senior Citizens Forum, a special weekly program on Lagos television that addresses the joy and the various challenges of the elderly.
When human beings grow older, definitely the changes are from scalp to the tip of your toe.
Hypertension affects virtually all the organs of the body. It affects the heart, it affects the eyes, it affects the kidneys, it affects the brain, every organ. More often than not, people don't know they have hypertension. The only way you can know whether you have hypertension or not is to measure your blood pressure.
For its sponsorship and advert placement, please contact the LTV Marketing Department or send SMS or call 0802 328 5359 or 0801 3888 1703.
The government should take statistics, data of the elderlies, then come up with a policy that will help them.
Senior Citizens Forum is shown on LTV. Insurance companies, pension fund managers, healthcare providers, pharmaceutical companies, as well as telecommunications network providers are free to sponsor the program or advertise their products at moderate rates.
Yet another edition of Senior Citizens Forum on your dialing station.
These people have worked so hard. They are the senior citizens. They are the pensioners and they deserve their affection. They have wisdom, they have the passion, they have vision. They should be encouraged even at their old age. They've worked for years. Let's stay.